Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I think you guys are expecting way too much from me. But I guess I am live now. If I do good, I will consider singing a song. Okay, so should we get this party started? Yeah, okay, so I guess I will do the countdown. So, friend Magus, be ready for it. Because it is coming in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, hello everyone, good morning. Sorry, I am Nacho Jacopu, and I will be scrubbing it up this morning with some Treasure of the Rudras, or also known as Rudra no Hihou. And this is a game that was released very late in the Super Famicom era, developed by Squaresoft. It's not a very well-known game here in the West, because it was never released here. It was only released in Japan. And, well, to those of you who know this game, you will know that the thing that makes this game special is the mantra system, where you create your own spells using just random words, basically. And that's the first thing we're going to do in here, so I'll be quiet for a bit because I want to do this hopefully in a quick manner. Oops. This one's wrong. I forgot the spell, hang on. Okay, I got it. Don't worry, I'll explain what I'm doing very shortly. Okay, I think we're good now. Okay, as I was explaining earlier, The special thing about this game is the mantra system, and you just saw me, well, entering every single spell I'm going to need for this run. Um, all the spells are very... there's a little bit of everything. You got some damage spells, some buffs, some debuffs. Also the spell you probably saw me use on the random encounter that's used to escape from any random encounter. I'll explain that in more depth in a bit. But yeah, that's basically the idea, and obviously it is faster to just enter all of your spells in one go, so that's why we do it just at the start of the run. Also, I guess I should explain what's going on with the game now, with the story. But okay, so the thing about this game is that, like, the basic idea is that the world is going to end in 16 days. So you get to play as 3 different characters, and each one of them has their own story as you go through these 16 days. And well, now I am playing as Serland, the scholar, and the basic idea for Serland is that he's some sort of archaeologist, and he's tasked with, well, first of all, he had to come here and pick up this chalice, but he was idiot and it was stolen. So now our first mission is going to be to retrieve this chalice. I forgot the actual name, I'm sorry. So now we need to go and tell this doctor that we lost the chalice. Anyway, as I was explaining, in this game you get to play with 3 different characters, basically, and oops. And well, you get to pick who you want to play as, and obviously in order to beat the game you need to beat each of the 3 starting character scenarios. And also I should explain a bit what kind of run I'm going to do here. Well, basically, so I have played this game for previous Scravatons. And the first one I did Sion scenario. Sion is another character, the warrior. Then I did Risa scenario. Risa is the priestess. Now, obviously, to complete the trilogy, I am doing the only scenario I haven't done in a Scravaton, which is Serland's scenario. And also, as sort of a bonus, as I said earlier, when you beat all 3 scenarios, you can go to the end of the game, the so-called final scenario. So what I'm going to do here is I'm playing from a save where I already beaten the other 2 scenarios. So when I beat this one, I will jump straight to the end game. So this run is going to be basically Serland's scenario plus the final scenario and the final boss. So hopefully we can manage to save the world this time around and finish the Rudra trilogy for Scravaton. Also, I should mention that the one problem with this scenario is that the start of it is very slow. There's really only just go back and forth, talk to people for the first 20 minutes, so if you're just waking up, if you're just getting up, then it's okay if you want to go get a cup of coffee or something. You won't miss much. Yeah, this is not really an official category for this game. It's something I'm just doing for show, to show the rest of the game. The part of the game I haven't shown in previous scrubathons. But yeah, to explain about the categories that are run in this game, you have single scenario runs, where you can pick any of the starting scenarios and just beat them. And also, obviously, you have the full game run. Excuse me, 1 second. Yeah, as I was saying, you can play scenarios individually. They all take on average 2 hours to beat. And the other one that has been done is the entire game, also all 4 scenarios, in a single setting, and obviously glitchless as well, because that's what Japanese runners do. And other than me and Chrono Kirby, there's nothing but Japanese runners for this game, so we just play by their rules, as usual. And a full game run will be close to 7 hours. This is counting the credits, obviously. The credit, and yeah, because say my PB for this game is for the entire game, glitchless, counting the credits, it's 7 hours and 14 seconds. I missed the sub 7 by 14 seconds, which is really heartbreaking, but oh well. Also, I am playing on the original Japanese version and not using the patch for a few reasons. The first one, obviously, the Japanese version is faster, less text, all of that. You know the idea, it's always the same. But also, well, the translation patch reworked the entire mantra system. So you will need a whole new set of mantras to work with. And, well, obviously, mantras are also twice as long in the English version, so it would take you longer to enter them, so more time lost. And on top of that, there's a few glitches that were introduced in the English patch, and sadly they are not good glitches. They are glitches that would make the run a lot harder. One of them is basically that every time an enemy uses any skill, their speed shoots up. They become incredibly fast, so they become incredibly harder. So yeah, if you or anyone wanted to speedrun this game using the English version, it will be a lot slower and a lot more difficult as well. Yeah, to be honest, at this point in the run we're just asking people about stuff with the game, about what's going on in the world. Anyway, since we lost the Chalice, we need to find another of the magic items. And this one is the Holy Ropes. And the Holy Ropes are in a cave that we need to go to now. We need to go through this forest. Also, this is probably a good opportunity to explain how random encounters work in this game. Okay, so there's 2 ways to escape from any random encounter. you've seen me there, I can just use the normal escape command that's in the game. And as you can see, it's really fast. When I get it, I can just escape from fights right away. But sadly, this escape command is not guaranteed to let me escape from a fight. So depending on the enemies I'm facing, depending on the speed of my characters, I sometimes will have to use the escape mantra I have. The escape mantra is guaranteed to always work, but as you can see, it has a very slow animation. So I need to, obviously depending on what I'm going against, also depending on how much MP I have available to throw away, it will depend on whether I will try to gamble escaping normally or just going safe right away and using the escape mantra. But anyway, here we just got the holy ropes and we got another random encounter. Also with escape, sometimes you need to keep in mind what you are going against, because there are some enemies that are just extremely dangerous, so you want to try to just get away as soon as possible before they can get hits on you. So these guys, you may have seen them already. They are Dune and Sid. They are some treasure hunters, and they just this part of the game is kind of interesting because they ask to see the holy ropes, and Sorlent shows them the ropes and they just steal it. Way to go, Sorlent. Also the escape mantra lets me leave some areas, but it only works in certain areas for some reason. How did I come across this game? Well, it was a while ago. I played this game casually quite a few years ago by now. And well, it's a very fun game to play casually. And wait, I need to kill this guy. It's a forced encounter. I cannot run away, so I just kill the guy in one hit. Yeah, also for the route of this game, I found it in some... Well, I'm using the route of some Japanese runner. There's not that many runners for this game either. Probably because of the mantra system that can be very tedious to enter your mantras. Well, it is a very... Once you get past that part, it can be a very fun game. So now we lost the Kellys and the holy ropes. So we're off to a very good start. And also this kid is being kidnapped and Sorlent does nothing. What a protagonist, man. So we need to inform now the doctor that we also lost the holy ropes. So that's another item we need to get back. Also, if you have been noticing, days have gone by. Like just a few minutes ago it was nighttime and now it's daytime again. And that's how progress is indicated in this game. Oops. I did not mean to talk to you. Okay, I need to do some shopping now. Oops, need to buy... Equip. Yeah, so the other thing about this game is that with the scenario system, that all three stories intertwine with each other. So basically that was Risa, who's the other playable character. And yeah, you get to sometimes meet the other characters, and what the other characters do in their stories will obviously affect you. You will see that sometimes stuff happens in this world, and it's going to be because of what the other characters are doing on that day. Okay, so don't ask me why, but we need to go to some island to... Oh, I remember now. We need to go to some island because we're going to rescue that kidnapped children. Because, okay, the other... There's a lot of stuff going on in this world right now. Basically, okay, so that's also the other playable character, that's Zion. And Zion is trying to destroy a cult of evil people. And yeah, that cult is behind the kidnappings. So now we are going to the island where we believe they are, to kick some cultist ass and save the kids. But before doing that, I want to do a safety save, because marathon run, you never know. Also, even though you do not need to grind in this run, I'm going to kill a few enemies just to get a couple level ups, because it will make the next fight a lot safer. The first boss fight in this run, it can be very... I have been trolled by this fight in the past, so I have learned my lesson. Okay, this should be good enough. So that's the fall ring, and it's a very useful ring because it has fire defense, which is very convenient because the next boss we're going to face has fire attacks. How convenient, don't you think? So there's a bit of a puzzle here, but nothing very tricky. We just need to hit a few switches and rebuild some paths, and very easy. Okay, so here's the first boss. Before him I will heal and equip the ring I got, and hope I don't get trolled. So yeah, this guy calls these three little fellas to annoy me, I'll try to play it very safe here. Also, this is a very good song. So yeah, here you're seeing many of the mantras I have in my arsenal. You saw a healing spell, you saw a spell to reduce the enemy's attack power. That's one spell to increase my speed, for instance. There's a lot of very different mantras we will be using throughout this run. Okay, that was very good. So the kids are safe now, so we can just leave this dungeon. Something good about this game is that sometimes it is considerate enough to, after you defeat a boss in a dungeon, it just removes all random encounters. So that's very, very kind of the game. So now we're going to a new place we haven't been before, Abdol village, which is where the center of all the investigations regarding the cult are taking place. So there just happens to be an eclipse now. But something's going on. We have to go check what's going on. This guy's dead. And this scary monster, the Rudra, has just been awakened. And now we are dead. Good night, sweet Sorland. And yeah, we are actually dead. This is the underworld. where the dead souls wander. And we find this guy. This guy actually appears at the start of Risa's scenario. He's some crazy evil guy who apparently died because he's down here as well. But he knows how to go back to the world of the living. So we're just going to follow him. I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen? Okay. So this place is the Museum of Magic, where there's a lot of very strange artifacts, and we just help this scary looking guy come back to life. So to explain a bit about these weird stones, well, to explain in greater detail what they are all about, I should have to talk about the lore of this world. And yeah, basically, as I said before, the world is scheduled for destruction in 16 days, but it's not the first time this happened. In the past, there were other races. There were the Merkins, the Giants, and they were also wiped. And now it's the turn for the humans to get wiped. And those stones represent the previous races that were living in the world. And some of them were not too happy that they were wiped out of the face of the earth, like this guy right here. So he just wants revenge. I mean, it's understandable. If your entire race gets wiped from the race of Earth, you would not be very happy either. Oh, and by the way, the other guy just stole our body. So we are just a ghost that has no way to return to Earth because our body has been stolen. So we need to find another way. Per Sorlentment. First 2 days in the job and he has lost 2 magical artifacts and his body. Luckily we just landed here, and this very nice fella, Gomorrah, is willing to help us. He actually has a few bodies lying around we can borrow. How convenient. Normally, at this point, we would get to choose between 2 different bodies, but since on this run I have already played through Risa scenarios, we don't get that choice anymore. that's another way in which the different scenarios in this game interact with each other. The choices you can make in one scenario can affect what will happen in other scenarios, obviously. But hey, at least we have a body now, so we can return to the surface. Except no one believes that poor Surland is actually Surland in someone else's body. Get some health back. Now we just need to leave this volcano. For some reason this guy's living in this volcano and I have no idea why. But he's basically our sort of our mentor, I guess you could call it. Also, this guy's body we're using is actually one of Science friends who, at the start of Science scenario, they fell down some giant tower we will be visiting. And yeah, there's two of them, as I said. We will be seeing the other friend very shortly. By the way, if you are lost about what's going on with the other scenarios, you should go and watch my previous Screwdriver runs. Yeah, this game doesn't really make a lot of sense. But yeah, while we were dead, many monsters took over lots of places in here. So we'll need to investigate and see what's going on. Oops. So this place is abandoned, filled with monsters now. Okay, there's one monster. I'll also take this opportunity to quickly explain what's going on in fights. Basically, you're going to see me use a mantra a lot. And wait. Oh, why are you dead? Oh, I know why you are dead. Okay. Oh, okay, I got distracted. This is bad. I might need to reset actually. But let's try to improvise. Oh yeah, I think this is not going to work. Oh my god. Good thing this is Scravaton. Oh, why? I used that. Okay, never mind. This is not how this fight is supposed to go, by the way. Okay, let's try this again. Please don't kill me. Thank you. Okay, we're going to leave. So, okay, the thing about this game is that elements are extremely important in all fights. And one of the main ways you have to survive against bosses without any grinding is to be using the proper elemental equipment, because like almost all pieces of equipment in this game have an element assigned to them. This game has 6 elements: fire, water, thunder, wind, light and dark, and they oppose each other. So fire will do more damage to... And by the way, we're dead again. But yeah, fire will deal more damage to water and vice versa. The same with all the other opposing elements. So the boss I just fought against was wind element and used wind attacks, obviously. So I was supposed to equip some wind helmets I got, but I forgot to, so the guy was just one-shotting all of my party members. Oh, what are you gonna do, Scravaton? Okay, I need to stop here. So yeah, that's the basic idea when it comes to surviving enemy attacks in this game. Just be wearing the right elemental equipment. And actually the most dangerous enemies in this run are the ones that just hit you with neutral attacks or attacks with no elements, because you don't really have a good way to reduce damage against them. There's a few of them in this run, you'll see them later. Also, the other thing I wanted to explain before I was rudely interrupted by the dragon dude, is how fights work in this, or more than that, just explain the strat we use for most fights when it comes to dealing damage. And well, you saw me using as a mantra on myself, the spinning cards one, and that mantra increases my spirit stat. Well, spirit is sort of a misleading name. It's more like your intelligence. And as you can imagine, that increases my magical damage. But not only that, but it also increases how powerful, how strong every single mantra I cast is going to be. The more spirit I have, the stronger all of my mantras are going to be. And this includes things like defensive mantras, or my mantras to increase strength or speed. So the first thing I will do in every fight is going to be to use that mantra as soon as possible, because that's going to make every other mantra I use a lot stronger. That's the basic idea. Obviously there's a lot more to it. You need to know enemy patterns, enemy AI, when enemies can use scary attacks against you, that sort of stuff, but that's the basic idea. And well, usually when enemies have an elemental affinity, you will be using the mantra of the corresponding element. And usually when bosses don't have any elemental properties, you will be hitting them physically with your weapons. That's the basic idea. Wait. Oh no, I'm getting distracted. I'm sorry. I was going the wrong way. So now we introduce these weird portals, and we will be using them quite a lot in this run, because they are a good way of navigation, and well, pretty much the only way to reach certain areas at this point in the game. So yeah, that's Risa and her party. But anyway, real quick, if you remember all the things that have gone wrong for poor Turland, you remember that he needs to first recover the missing holy thingies, the chalice and the robes, and he also needs to get his body back. So that's what we're going to try and do now. But we need to first find this guy who took our body. So that chest had a warp stone, which we will be using to activate another portal to reach another area. It's kinda confusing, I know. At least personally, to me, this part of the game was really confusing when I played through Escape casually. But just bear with me. We're going the right way. I promise, this time. This is a bit of a Lost Woods kind of area. We need to move in a certain way to reveal the hidden village. And I'll be honest, I don't remember why we are here. But we have to come here to make the story progress. I mean, yeah, I'm a speedrunner. I'm not good with story plots and stuff. So I apologize. If you wanted some detailed lore about the game, I am sorry to disappoint. But don't worry, stuff will be happening very soon. We're still working on it, man. We don't have the catalyst yet. But hey, there were some floating continents that just fell down. And we can actually thank our boy Zion for dropping down those continents. And conveniently, it opens up a path for us. Yeah, Sean, you missed all the boat songs. I'm sorry, man. These little enemies are very annoying because they are extremely fast. So I gotta be careful sometimes with random encounters. Yeah, Shan, I'm sorry. Now we will be only using portals to move around. So, no more boat song. There's an item we need in here. special boots, the Cheru boots. Um, they are very useful because they have speed, they have 4 speed. And speed in this game is a very useful stat because in any turn it lets us go before the enemies. So this opens up lots of possibilities, as you're about to see. So I put the boots on Lolo. By the way, Lolo is the name of the final character in my party. Okay. Now with those boots, all of my characters will be faster than this boss. That came out of nowhere, by the way. We don't even have to try with this boss. Easy every time. Yeah, he's only good to break that bridge, so we can't go back anymore. But we're back here, at last. And before continuing with our mission, we're going to be taking a slight detour. Oops. Because there's... now the continents have fallen down. There's a small city here with some very good items. We definitely want. So anyway, I got a bow for Lolo. I got 3 3, what else was the name? Well, something wings, Besa wings they are called, and they are extremely good because they have 8 speed, and 8 speed is a lot in this game. It's going to let me outspeed many enemies. And I also got some Baker caps, which have extremely high defense, so they're going to also be very convenient. Now we need to go through this desert. This is a very interesting boss fight coming up. We get to see a very interesting mantra here, if everything goes right. Because, well, this is the first boss that has attacks with unelemental attacks, basically. So, oh, I'm an idiot. I may need to reset. Oh. Okay, let's try this. Whew, okay, we can get this to work. Don't worry, we got this. Okay. So that spell, the Reflect Mantra, it basically grants me avoidance against one hit, like you just saw. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, this starts. Sean, please. It has been a while. But yeah, the Reflect Mantra I used gives my entire party well, the possibility of dodging one magical attack. So that's extremely convenient because, as you saw, this guy hits really hard. So you need that to survive, otherwise there's just no way. Okay. Let's move on. Let's pretend nothing happened in here. So as we are going through this game, trying to get many things back, many things we lost, we are going to stop by and, well, not right now because I got again rudely interrupted. But we will be exploring these stones, these Lago stones, and we learn they have some magical properties that we eventually will need to get all 4 of them. So while we are here, why not? Let's get this one. No. Now we need to go back and see what's going on with our teacher, who's just chilling inside this volcano. Wrong way. So this is the point of the game where I need to start paying attention to the encounters, the random encounters I get into, because this is the part where we start running into some enemies that could be dangerous if I am not paying attention. Oh no! Rip this guy. So yeah, the guy who stole our body, his name is Kurgan, by the way. He's just doing bad things and has to be stopped. Goodbye, Master Solon. And we move on with the game. Those items are not very useful for the run, but they are, I mean, I won't be using them, I will be selling them. That's what they are good for. Also, this area has an optional boss I won't be fighting because we never got the donation incentive was not met. So we're out of there. All of these areas actually have some sort of optional boss you can do. But yeah, that's gonna waste time, so... Hey look, it's this guy again. So yeah, I think this is the time we need to catch Kurgan. And we also learned that the Chalice is finally here, so we can finally retrieve the Chalice after so long. And yeah, we actually Sorlent is solo for this small section of the game, because the rest of my party is busy trying to catch Kurgan. I'm taking a beating, so I'm gonna heal because there's a boss coming up. This guy's interesting because he's dark elemented but uses wind attacks. So I will be using a special mantra I have, a wind protection mantra, so I can better tank his attacks. Okay. And that's it. That gives me wind protection on top of the wind gear I already have. so that's going to reduce incoming damage by quite a lot. Please don't hit Lolo. Please don't hit Lolo. Okay. I can live with that. He should die soon, but I will be playing it safe and I'm going to heal. Because you never know. Yeah, that heal was a good call. So hey, no, not only we got the Calice back, we also got our body back. So it looks like things are turning out alright, just alright for our boy Sorland. Okay, I'm gonna heal. I have to re-equip this guy now. Sumo, let's see. So, while we were busy recovering our body, Risa, the other character in this game, was getting shit done. She just purified the oceans. So that means we're going to get some scary enemies now. So I'm gonna save. This area has some very scary enemies, so I need to be very careful. Uh-oh. Oh. I got lucky there. Those guys can be very scary. They can hit extremely hard. And they are also very hard to take down as well. So now our mission is to retrieve all of the Lago stones. So that's what we are going to be doing now. We just need to warp all over the world. So we already have the Lago Stone of the Rudras, and we are going to get the Lago Stone of the Giants. And so that we need to go to a tower that's aptly named Tower of the Giants, which is actually the starting dungeon for Zion. Getting some goodies along the way. I got some sweet water. That's the item that replenishes my MP, and I got revive. You would think that since I have a mantra to revive, I would not need a revive item, but the thing is that the revive mantra I have is optimized to not have a lot of power, so to say, so it revives me with very low HP, while the item revives me with some more HP. So sometimes it can be convenient to have the item, the revive item to use. So this is Zion's starting village. Well, that was it. And this is the Giant's Tower. There's not many scary enemies in here. They are just annoying. Oops. That's Hihou's ring. It's another ring with fire protection. Some more water. Before I enter this place, I got a heal, and I think I got enough MP this time, so let's just go for it. So this is the guardian of the giants, and he wants to beat me up. Okay, no preemptive. This guy would normally hit very hard, but since I reduce its strength, it's going to hit for just 1 damage for a bit. Plus we are in the back row, so that's also convenient. As you can imagine, range weapons deal the same damage from the front or the back row, so the only guy that needs to be in the front row here is our sword guy, Sork. Okay, very good fight. The other thing about bosses in this game is that many of them have a set pattern of attack they will do. So, for instance, that boss I just killed, a villager, his fourth attack is always going to be uppercut, and it's always going to prioritize targets in the front row. So by knowing this, I can protect the guy who is in the front row, so he can just stay there and have someone else take the damage from him instead of him. Okay. So that's the kind of knowledge you want to have on this game in order to speedrun it. It's just the little things, you could say. Yeah, that's another of the Lago stones. Now we're going for the Lago stones of the merfolks. But sadly we have to go through this place all over again. Unfortunately, this scenario has a lot of backtracking, having to go through the same area repeatedly, and areas with random encounters, so it can be a bit tedious, to be honest. This is certainly not my favorite scenario, that's for sure. Oh, one step away. I got an encounter. That's unfortunate. So this was some silly fight we had to do in order to get this bridge to appear. Why? I have no idea. Well, here we have another Lago Stone. This is the Lago Stone of the Danans. The Danans were some strange magical tribe that lived in the past in this game. So yeah, now we are missing one Lago Stone, and that's the Lago Stone of the mermaids. So that's our next destination. Try to find where this Lago Stone is. And it just happens that the stone is underwater. It's in an underwater temple. So we need to find a way to get there. Ah. Yeah, there's nothing else we need to do in here, so we just have to leave now. Hopefully make our way across this area without too many random encounters. That's the name of this scenario, by the way. Now once again we need to leave this volcano and avoid all of the random encounters. Unfortunately, I'll admit that this part of the run is kind of tedious. No wait, the wrong way. I always get encounters on the final step. It's one step before leaving, I get the encounter. That's unfortunate. But now I need to... Look! Again, one step before entering the next area. Every time. Every single time. So here we need to get... I'm probably going to bullshit this around, but we need to get this weird glowing thing that we need in order to reach the underwater temple. And hey, look who's here! The treasure hunters. So here we decided to reach a deal with these guys. They're basically going to let us use this super cool airship they have, the Ark, to reach the underwater temple. Because they are not so bad after all, I guess. That light that flew by the screen was Risa going to the moon in her at the end of her scenario. Yeah, by the way, we're kind of getting close to the final dungeon on this scenario. No, wait, I forgot. I had to go talk to this guy. So this thing conveniently can go underwater, no problem. Also, shoutouts to best song, best Overworld song. No wait, I'm an idiot. I'm going the wrong way. There was no official release of this game in English. There's a patch though. There's a fan-made patch you can use. It's very good. Okay, so now I need to sell So since we are going to an underwater temple, it makes sense to buy some water resistant gear. Now we can move on to the actual temple. Yeah, speaking of the fan patch, since you have more characters to play with, you can make some really strong mantras that are impossible in the original version. It works, you can play with it, but it's something to keep in mind. Okay. How's my MP? It should be good. Let's just go for it. Okay, this fight is also very easy as long as I don't make any mistake. So I'll focus for a bit. Okay, preemptive attack. Also in this game, as you may have noticed, bosses can randomly get preemptive attacks on you, so you need to know how to react in case that happens. To heal. This guy can hit very hard, but luckily we got some fire gear, I mean some water gear. Okay, we lived. We made it. He actually got a bit unlucky because he used his strongest attacks, so I had to heal a lot more than what you will normally do, but oh well. We made it through, and that's all that matters, really. I get some cool equipment from those chests. Okay, so Lolo needs the ropes and shrink. Yeah, also this is another one of those areas where after you defeat the boss there's no more random encounters, so you get to enjoy the music a bit longer. So now we got all of the Lego stones. We can head to the what's arguably the hardest dungeon in this run. And technically the final one, because the real final one just doesn't count really. You will see why. But yeah, this dungeon coming up is really difficult. I'll explain why shortly when we get there, don't worry. If we can get there also. Okay. There's also something I think I forgot to mention. Maybe in battle you have seen me moving those little dots in the corner. And you might be wondering why do I do that? Well, those dots indicate the turn order. Basically from left to right, they show me who in my party is going to move first and who's going to go after. And so by moving those dots around, I can determine the turn order of my party. And that's extremely that can be very, very useful. Not only for why did you attack? Okay, never mind. But yeah, as you can imagine, that can be extremely useful, being able to control the turn order of your party. because you can do stuff like having one of your characters use a mantra and then the other ones, so that the other characters in your party can benefit from it. And there's a lot of fun stuff you can do, really. Okay, let me clarify. We're going to the final dungeon of Sorland scenario, because we still got Doom scenario to go after, okay? Cut me some slack here. What do... Okay, I think I did something stupid. I got distracted and entered the wrong warp. So this is a never seen cutscene. Okay, I know what I need to do now. It's going to take me a few minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. No, wait. No, I can't go there. Yeah, I can't go there. Well, isn't this just very nice? No. Oh man. What a nice Crobaton run. Wait, where do I... How do I go back now? Okay. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I'm going to lose quite a bit of time, so I'm sorry. Good old Crobaton run. To make matters worse, this guy gets a preemptive on me. Yeah, we got this. We got this. Don't worry. So we need to take this other warp system, warp loop you would call it, and we will go back to the volcano. And from the volcano we can go to the netherworld. That's where we were supposed to go in the first place. Well, that's a very good "that's never happened before" moment. That's for sure. I mean, I really hope I can go back to the... Yeah, there it is. Okay, so now I have to go this way first. That's what I forgot to do before. Oh, yeah, man, all of the warps in this scenario are just really confusing. I'm sorry again for that minor scrub. Oops. So this guy Gomorrah now tells us that since we have all of the stones, we can go to the not so final dungeon of this scenario. So finally we're going to go there. It's going to be a very fun place. And don't worry, this is going to be the final time we will be going through this volcano. We have been going through this place many times already. Okay, we're free. Finally free. So now we have to go to a place called Mount Delphi, and to get there we're going to take a boat one last time. The final step. Getting encounters just one step before reaching the place you have to be at is really frustrating. That's boat song. Enjoy, everyone. One final boat song. So, before moving on, we're going to stock up on some restoring items. And okay, this place can be extremely trolly. I'm sorry, Sean, I forgot. I forgot, Sean, I'm sorry. Okay, so this area has some very interesting enemies, like those ones. So okay, this guy, so these enemies are kind of, how to say, this area has dogs and bats and these guys. And these guys hit extremely hard. They are also extremely high level, so you're very likely to get back attacked by them. And they hit super hard. They hit extremely hard. Like, see, you get these dogs and you can just run away right away. But then you get the other enemies and they are a pain. In my PB run, actually, I had to reset during this climb 3 times. No, I had to reset twice. The third time I got through, because these guys killed me. They got back attacks on me, and they just killed my entire party. These guys are jerks, man. Well, obviously you need to heal after every encounter with them. Okay, maybe we are safe, or maybe not. Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay. Lucky Lolo. Don't do it, man. Rip. See, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's try again. Oh. Yeah, my PB lost 5 minutes at least to these idiots. Yeah, exactly. This is the true final boss of this game. That's right. Just give me dogs and stuff and porcupines. That's all I want to see. Come on, come on. Oh. Please don't kill me. Please be nice. Oh my god. Okay. We may... This could be it, guys. Okay, we made it. We're free. So this is the entrance of the dungeon I was talking about, but obviously there is some strange bird guarding the entrance. It's fine though, it's fine. We got this. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, well we'll have to improvise again. Oh, why do I never have MP, man? What a run, what a run. Don't worry, we got this, we got this. Okay, we got this. Don't worry, don't worry. We're good. We're all good. Why no one has MP? Okay then. Dude, no one has MP. What's going on? Okay. This could be very bad. No, we're good, don't worry. See, there you go, easy every time. Okay, now I need to equip stuff. And here we are, the best dungeon in the game. So the fun thing about this dungeon is that we have some sort of a boss rush in here. We will have to kill 4 bosses through this as we are going through this dungeon. And there are some very tough enemies in here, so yeah, this is gonna be very fun, especially seeing the way I have been playing this entire morning. Ah! Bad movement. Wait. So yeah, here we are going to get the most important weapon for this run, the Sword of Light. It is extremely important for the final boss, mainly. We're going to need it. I'll explain why that weapon is so important when it's time, but for now let's just try to get out of this place. Okay, so now swallow Sword of Light. There's a bit on it. Okay, first boss. This guy hits like a truck, so I need to be very careful. No preemptive. Okay, that's good. We're off to a good start. So yeah, now we are all set up. Guy's just dead. The really tough part about these bosses is just not screwing up on the first turns, really. Once you get the fight going, it's really easy. So there's a very small sort of like puzzle here, but we don't care about it really. Okay, so this guy is the worst. This boss coming up is the absolute worst in this area. He is going to be using a lot of earth attacks and void attacks, and I have no way to protect against those, so things could get really ugly. Okay, so wait. That is waters. Okay, please be nice. Please be nice. Okay, that's good start. Don't worry, I won't forget to replenish my MP again. Okay, I think we got this. Okay, there we go, very good. That fight can be very scary if you make any mistakes. You've seen me in other fights making mistakes, and I can recover, but making a mistake in this one fight is... you have to reset. There's really no way to recover. There's 2 more bosses to go still. There's one boss right here. This guy is really easy. Okay. I need water protection, however. Okay, let's go for it. So this is going to be the first time we're going to see the float effect. I'm going to hit myself just like this, and I'm going to conveniently give myself float to avoid all of the attacks this enemy can do on me. There we go. Okay. We're making progress, guys. Okay, so this guy, the final of the Guardians in this dungeon. But yeah, um, he's really easy actually, so we should be good. Hopefully. As usual, first turn we just set up, and then we will start killing this guy. Attack, attack. Of course. As usual, I don't have MP. It's all good though. He's not going to kill me. There we go. That shield mantra is extremely good at when it comes to reducing damage. You saw me, I went from taking 100 damage to taking like 20. So this fight is a piece of cake now. There we go. Hey, we made it. We made it to the underworld once again. And after a long walk, we made it to the Tarak village. And this place actually has a very important decision that you make in the game, because you're going to see very soon that not only Sorland and his friends are in here, but also Sion and his party. And we got some items from the boss we just killed, and Sorland also got some items. So, well, at this point in the game, I don't have a choice because I already made a choice when I played through Scion scenario. But basically, you don't trade anything. And the reason why you don't trade anything is because you want to keep the Apocalypse Sword that you got, because it is an extremely useful weapon for the end game. And also, not trading means we can just trivialize this fight coming up. You will see very soon what I mean. So anyway, this should be... Well, technically, this is the final dungeon of this scenario. But it's so short, it's really not even worth mentioning. Yes, and this is Hausen. Hausen is the guy that we revived a long time ago already. And yeah, he's the bad guy. I'm sorry to all of you who really like this song, like myself, but... What a jerk. RIP. Yeah, poor Surland can't catch a break. He keeps dying. Okay, so that says all scenarios have been completed. So now the game is going to let us go to the final scenario. So technically that was the end of Surland's scenario. And this is sort of the transition into Dion's scenario. We get to play as Surland for a bit longer, which is very good because we can get back some of the items we're going to need for the final stretch of the game. And also we can get some very good items from here as well. Some stuff we really need, so that's very good as well. Also, this place is very spooky now. So I got lots of items. I got um, I got some magic leaves. Magic leaves are very good because they increase my max MP. I got some weapons that are going to be useful for the final fight. And I got some armor as well. Specifically fire resistant armor that's going to be useful for the next boss fight. Okay, now I need to buy. No, before I need to take some items from my party because I'm going to need them. This sword I needed. I need to buy some stuff. Okay, we can move on. Oops, okay. Oh no, wrong way, wrong way. Luckily this area, for some reason, has no random encounters. So that's a nice break from the usual having to run away from everything. So, the start of the final scenario is when all of your 4 party members, all of the 4 main characters, really, get together to tackle on the final areas of the game. That's gonna be very soon. This is the part where we say goodbye to our old party. Basically the guys who are just, I don't want to say weak, but not the destined warriors. Just have to go home and let the big guys handle the problem. So yeah, now we can really say that Doom scenario has begun, because now we have the party with all the four. Well, not well. We're still missing one of them, but don't worry, we will get her very soon. But yeah, this arc is very special. It can fly in outer space. Yeah, the idea now is basically that we are going to hunt down the gods that are destroying the world every 4,000 years. Pretty ambitious, if you ask me. It's okay, first we're going to the moon, because we need to stop by and pick up a certain someone we forgot about. This area happens to be the final dungeon in Risa scenario. So you can imagine who we are going to find in here. Oh, Fusoya, if only, man, if only. I need the emote of sleeping Fusoya. But yeah, now the party is all reunited, as you can see. So I need to equip some stuff. Okay, let me see. So yeah, she's made. Okay, yes. So okay, and now we got Risa, we can move on. Or can we? So something's going on with our airship, spaceship, whatever. And we have to go to the control room to see what's going on. And yeah, apparently this guy has been infected by some space virus, so he has gone mad. Also, this song is very good. This guy can hit very hard, so I gotta be careful. So yeah, we just killed the entity or whatever that was controlling this airship. So now we need some magic guy to control it again. And what do you know? This little guy, whose name is Ramilet, he was in science scenario, and he snuck on the ship, and well, it just happens. What a coincidence. We needed someone like him to control the ship, so now he's going to be with us for the rest of the run. What a nice guy. Oh, sorry. Ah. So now we have to go through 3 different areas representing the past, the future, and the present. This one's the past, so we're going to be facing some old friends. This guy is a boss in science scenario, and he's a jerk. Okay, let's see. All of the bosses in here have lower HP, but much higher power. So we need to kill them fast before they kill us, basically. We need to kill 4 of these enemies of the past in here. That was 1, so we got 3 to go. We're going to see an old friend now. First I need to equip some stuff. Rush. Oh, I had explained before, those dots I move help me manage my turn order, basically. So I can tell which one of my party members is going to go first, and the others one will wait for him. Okay. So this guy, you may remember him. He's one of the first bosses we got in science scenario. He is a lot stronger now, so I gotta be careful. Luckily, I got a very strong weapon. So Sion now has the Apocalypse Blade, and that weapon is one of the strongest one in the game. Plus, it deals double damage against certain types of enemies. To be specific, against Rudra typed enemies, like the dragon right there. So yeah, it can be a very scary weapon. So we got 2 guardians down and 2 more to go. Here we get to see another old friend. This guy, for some reason, is weak against bow type of weapons. And Risa has a bow. No, that was the other one that was weak against bows. My bad. This one is weak against guns, that's it. And yeah, he's dead. So one final Guardian of the Past to go. And this one is probably the scariest one of them all. Anyway, okay, so... wait, I need to change my equips? No. Okay, so this guy is scary. I need to pay attention to what he's going to do to open up the fight, because he can hit really hard. Okay, this is the worst attack. I can manage. It's just a bit rough to get by, but we will manage. Also, this is the only fight where you will be seeing me using this mantra. Well, right after this. But this mantra, that is made specifically for this fight alone, because otherwise I would not have enough firepower to kill this guy. So yeah, this game also has Meteor. There we go. Okay, I'm scared, so I'm going to save before I move on, even though this boss is not that difficult. But you never know. I never know. I have been making some very questionable mistakes throughout this run. So let's just play it safe. Anyway, I need to equip some stuff now. No. Let's just make backup, memory, sorry. Let's just make backup, memory, integrity. Make it up, share it with So this next boss can use dark attacks and thunder attacks. So I had to make sure that I was wearing the right armor to protect myself against those two elements. And it's this guy again, our good old friend, Hausen. Okay. I have no idea why this guy has a shiny belly now, but who am I to judge? Something I do on this fight is I change the turn order here, basically to let Hausen go first, because if I let him attack when he's on his desperation phase, you could call it, close to that, he can use much scarier attacks. That's another use you have for changing the turn order in fights. You can manipulate the enemy's AI and exploit them to avoid certain scary attacks. And that's very convenient because this fight is really easy when you do that. Okay, it never hurts to save again. But we are done with this area. So now we move on to the next gate, the Skull Gate. So this is the second gate. This one is really short once you know what's the big deal with it. Basically those vents on the center of these screens are the ones with random encounters, so you can just avoid them. And this area is really short. And also here's a bit of a secret area where we can get some more magic leaves and life leaves. Now we just need to go through a bunch of similar looking rooms. Oops. So we reach the end of this. I'm scared, so I'm going to save again. I'm sorry guys. Even though this boss should be easy. Again we're meeting some old friends. This is our pal Saiso, who we kill at the end of Science Scenario. Except this time he's sort of on fire. Yeah, this guy can hit really hard, so I need the shield mantra. now we are all set up. We can just hold down A pretty much. See, that's it. That's all there is to it. So we are done with the second gate. And we just need to move on to the final one. But before this I need to... Okay, I need to see something real quick. Okay, oh, I got 4 life leaves, that's very good. So I can use 3 on Risa and 1 on Sorlant. And Risa is going to be a bit tankier, so that's very good. Okay, Alexasu, so yeah. Alexasu, Alexasu, Ophelia, Alexasu. Well, Magus, if we have time, I could do a bonus run. I mean, I told you, man, the other day when you needed to fill up 2 hours of Scrabathon, I was willing to play that game for 2 hours, but you didn't want to. Yeah, we will see. I mean, there's still a chance for me to be trolled, so let's wait. Anyway, this is the final gate. Here we just need to move back and forth to trigger a cutscene. Okay, so yeah, this is the real final dungeon in the game, where we start seeing some spooky stuff. But we are stronger than that. So basically, this is the palace of Mitra. Mitra, who is the goddess, like the one true goddess above all of the other goddesses in this universe. And we don't like that Mitra is just killing people, everyone, every 4,000 years, so we're just going to kill her instead. It sounds like a very good plan. So let's go for it. By the way, all of these enemies in here used to be bosses in some of these scenarios. But now they're just random encounters, no big deal. By the way, that was the final save point in the run, so this is really the point of no return. Anyway, before we can get to Mitra, we need to get by her 2 pets, and this is the first one. And this guy can be a jerk. He hits extremely hard, as you can see. This enemy, by the way, has the highest spirit stat in the entire game. So yeah, he can fuck you up really, really bad. That's why we need to lower his spirit stat, and he still hits really hard. Yeah, now we should be good. The other really annoying thing about this boss is that he can use both light attacks and dark attacks. So if you thought you could use some light armor, well, tough luck, he's going to use a dark attack and he's going to own you. So yeah, you need to be very careful with that guy. But let's move on for now. Okay, so if you, after seeing the first pet of Mitra and seeing how scary he was, you were thinking, well, probably the second pet has to be even scarier, then you would be wrong, because this guy is really just a copy of a boss we already faced before. And we are just going to fight this guy the same way. It even has the same pattern, so really, it's just... it's a really easy fight. It's this little guy. We even get to use the float mantra again. Because this guy has the same attacks as the one we fought in the temple, in the final dungeon of Swordless Scenario. So it's really no big deal. Okay. So now it is time. We're going to face the final boss of this game, and this guy is just... okay, let me just set my equips first, and then I'll explain what's gonna happen. Because I cannot make any mistakes in here. Okay. I think we're good. Let me check one last time. I got all the protection I need. Okay, so I'm going to explain right now what's gonna happen. This fight is as most final bosses in games, in RPGs, it has 3 phases. First phase is really easy. It's just the same thing we have been doing the whole time. I just have to buff up, shield up myself, and hit him with thunder. However, the second phase is really interesting because it has a unique property where it starts as a light elemental enemy, but anytime you hit him with any elemental attack, he's going to change his weaknesses, and he's going to become resistant to that thing you just hit him with. So you're going to see me alternating between using dark mantras and hit him with light weapons in order to always be dealing max damage. And I cannot make any single mistake. I need to kill him in a very specific amount of turns as well to set up the kill for the third phase. So it's going to be a lot going on, and I'm probably going to be a bit quiet because I really cannot make any mistakes. Here we go. Okay, so him focusing fire on Zion could be bad. Let's just hope it isn't. Oh, okay. This is really bad. This is really bad. Yeah, I think I am screwed actually. I keep trying though. Wait up. We weren't supposed to die. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to reset actually, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, that's very unfortunate. I made a very dumb mistake. I forgot to heal before the fight. Oh. Yeah, I guess I won't be playing Trip World now. Oh, that was really dumb. Well, good thing this is Cravaton after all, so I'm right at home. Don't worry, hopefully this part will go by hopefully sort of quick. Hopefully I won't forget anything this time. Okay, this time I won't forget to heal. I hope. Okay, second try. It's gonna be the charm. I know it. It's not a hard fight. I'm just being. I guess I'm really not good at playing games at so early in the morning. Let's do this again. Okay, full health, full MP, all the right armor, all the right weapons. Yeah, this one's going to be it. So okay, I already explained what's going on with this fight, but real quick I'll just do a recap. So this is a 3-phase fight, and first phase is really easy. However, second phase, the boss is when you hit him with an elemental attack, he's going to change his weaknesses, so he's going to be resistant to whatever you just hit him with. So what I will be doing is I will be alternating between hitting him with dark elemental mantras and light elemental weapons in order to always deal max damage. And it's also very important that I kill the second phase after a very specific amount of turns. So basically first phase has to be 3 turns and second phase has to be 8 turns. This is going to help me with the final phase if I do it correctly. It's okay. Second, take 2. Here we go. Okay, now this is more like this fight should go. And yeah, as I said the first time, I really need to focus here, so probably be quiet, at least during this phase. Doing good so far. So if I make no more mistakes, he should be dead on the next turn after this one. Okay, so phase 3. I'll explain real quick. Since it took me a certain amount of turns to reach this phase, it's going to start in a very specific part of phase 3's pattern for this boss. And I land just in a part where I'm going to get 3 turns where I can just go all out and just attack and try to get as much damage in as possible. But after those 3 turns, he can do something random. Either instant death attacks, debuffs, or confusion, and at that point on, I just really need to react. So again, I'm going to try and focus here. Okay, now if I don't get the debuff attack, then this is going to be over very soon. Oh, okay, this is going to be over like in 2 turns. Where is El Magus? Oh, very good, very good. Oh! Uh-oh. Okay. Time is going to be very soon. Time. Okay. That was actually really bad. Yeah, I'm not good at playing this game this early in the morning. I'm sorry, everyone. Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. Things got a bit out of control. Dude, I can't believe the mistakes I made in the end. Uh, can you believe that all of the time I lost in this run was because I forgot to heal or to recover my MP before a fight? Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, to be honest, the estimate I gave was very generous, so for this exact reason. I know there's no time for both of these scenarios together, but for another marathon a long time ago, I did this exact same run, and I got exactly 3 hours. So, well, yeah, as long as I am still underestimated, then it's all good, I guess. But yeah, that's it. That concludes the Treasure of the Rudra trilogy for Scrobaton. Can you believe I played at 3 different Scrobatons? And in all 3 of them I played this game? Can you believe that? Talk about someone who has no speed games. But okay. I'm not sure if I guess I should get going because there's a lot of games coming up. But yeah, anyway, I guess that's it for me for now, because I will be back in a few days to play another Japanese only RPG that hopefully will go better than this run. But yeah, I will be back in Wednesday morning to play Final Fantasy III, the NES version. And well, I hope you all enjoy this run. Thanks everyone for watching. Wait, you want me to do Trip World?